Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to day 6 of our Muharram Kids Challenge. Well done everyone, you're doing so well and it's so lovely to see your superhero friends yesterday. So well done and inshallah I hope you're all being superhero friends. Inshallah. Now today we're going to be looking at parents in Islam. We're going to talk a little bit about the mothers of Karbala and also look at who Orn and Muhammad were. Now we've been told in the Quran, do good to your parents. We've also been told, my Lord, have mercy upon them, that's your parents, as they brought me up when I was small. And this is a special dua as well that you can say for your parents. So we need to make sure that we listen to our parents, we are good to our parents, and also we look after them in the same way that they look after us. Mothers also have a very important role. So parents, when we talk about parents, you talk about your mother and your father. That doesn't mean your father is not important. But interestingly, one day somebody went to the Prophet, the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, and he asked who is the best companion to me? And the Prophet said, your mother. Then the man asked again, who's after that? And then the Prophet said, your mother. And then the man asked again, and the Prophet again said, your mother. Why did he say mother 3 times? Because that shows us how important our mothers are. Then the man asked again, and for the 4th time, the Prophet said, your father. Now that doesn't mean that your father is not important, but your mother was the one who gave you life and brought you into this world. And inshallah, you should really respect and honor your mothers always. And always also, like mentioned here, your father. They say, we've been told by the Prophet, peace be upon him, that paradise lies under the feet of your mother. Now that doesn't mean if you look under the feet of your mother that you will see paradise. What that means is that if you are good and you look after your mother and you do the right thing for your mother, inshallah, you will be granted a place in Jannah. Now what we should remember in Islam is that I know we have Mother's Day and Father's Day, but for us, every day should be a Parents' Day. We should be special and do special things for our parents every day. How can you be good to your parents? How should you treat your parents? Now you should treat your parents as if they are something fragile, so you should take care of them, look after them. Think about an expensive piece of jewelry. Let's imagine you had a really, really expensive piece of jewelry. Would you just throw it away, or would you just leave it lying around? No, you would look after it and you would keep it safely. And that's the same as you should do with your parents. You should look after them. Think of them as something that is fragile. We are all fragile. We are all, sorry, I have an egg here. We are all a bit like this egg. We can be fragile. We can get hurt by people saying things. We have feelings. And just in the same way, our parents can too. So we should be like this bubble wrap, and we should be a protected layer, or someone who protects our parents and look after them in the right way, inshallah. And I'm sure you all do. And just in that picture there, you'll see how your parents look after you when you were younger, and as they get older, you should make sure you take the time out to look after them. Inshallah, I'm sure you all will. So now let's talk about some of the mothers that were in Karbala. We had the mother of Orn and Muhammad, Bibi Zainab, who was the sister of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. We had the mother of Qasim, who was Farwa, and she was the wife of Imam Hassan alayhi salam. We had the mother of Ali Akbar, who was Layla. And then we had the mother of baby Ali Asghar alayhi salam, who was Ribab alayhi salam. So all of these special mothers sent their children in one way or the other to battle, to fight, and to save Islam. Now let's hear a bit more about Orn and Muhammad in our story today. So let's now look at the night of the 9th of Muharram. It was Ashura night, a very tragic night, and the last night for the martyrs of Karbala. No one in Hussein's camp slept. Men spent the whole night praying, reciting du'as and reciting Quran. And the mothers in Karbala were preparing their children. The next day was Ashura day, the day of the Battle of Karbala. What were the mothers telling their children? Were they telling them to be careful? Were they telling them to hide and save themselves? No, they were telling their children to sacrifice their lives. They were telling them to die. Did they not love their children? Of course they did. They had the heart of a mother. They were proud of their children. They loved their children so much. Then why were they sending their children to the battle to die? This is because they knew Imam Hussein alayhi salam was on the right path. They knew their sacrifice would save Islam, and because they knew that Allah would be pleased with them. Bibi Zainab had two sons, Orn and Muhammad. She said to them, "My sons, Orn and Muhammad, tomorrow is the day of battle. Your uncle Hussein's life will be in danger. My darling, if anything happens to Uncle Hussein while you are still alive, I will be filled with shame. My Orn and Muhammad, I will not be able to face your grandmother, Bibi Fatima, on the day of judgment. Please, my dearest sons, don't let me down. Be the first ones to sacrifice your lives." Ashura came. Ali Akbar gave the adhan, and Imam Hussein alayhi salam led the Fajr prayer. One by one, Hussein's companions went to the battlefield and were killed. Since dawn, Bibi Zainab was watching the bodies being brought back to the tent. She called her sons. "My sons, what are you waiting for? Why have you not been to the battlefield yet? Go and fight the enemies." "Mother, since dawn we have been to Uncle Hussein so many times to ask for permission. He keeps refusing us. Mother, you help us. Ask Imam Hussein alayhi salam to give us permission to fight jihad." Bibi Zainab called her brother Hussein to the tent. "Brother Hussein, I've been like your mother to you, haven't I? Hussein, your mother is begging you. Please let Orn and Muhammad go to the battlefield." "Zainab, my sister, jihad is not wajib on the children. How can I let my sister's sons be killed while I am still alive?" "Hussein, my brother, if Ali Akbar dies before Orn and Muhammad, how will I be able to face my mother on the day of judgment? My brother, I'll be filled with shame. Please, brother, let them go." Hussein saw the disappointment on Zainab's face. Her eyes filled with tears. Hussein put his arms around Orn and Muhammad and led them to their horses. He kissed them and helped them mount their horses. Go and show those beastly men that you are the blood of Ja'far and Ali in your veins." Orn and Muhammad looked at their mother and said, "Fi amanillah, mother." "Fi amanillah, my sons," she said. Orn and Muhammad rode out to the battlefields. They fought bravely. They were the grandsons of Imam Ali and Ja'far. They pushed the enemies back. Hundreds of Yazid's men were killed. How much can two young children take, though, thirsty and hungry for days? As they fell, they called for their uncle. "Uncle, come quickly! Uncle, come and help us!" Hussein and Abbas rushed to the battlefield. The children were severely wounded. They were taking their last breaths. "Uncle, give our salams to our mother. Uncle, please tell them our mother that just as she told us, we did not go towards the water." Imam Hussein and Abbas carried the two young bodies to the tent. Zainab heard them cry from the tent. She did not cry though. She laid her musalla and performed a sajda. "Ya Allah, I thank you for accepting my sacrifice. Ya Allah, I am so proud of my two sons who gave their lives for Islam. Inna lillahi wa inna alayhi raji'un. We are from Allah and to Him we will return." So as you can see during this story, how much respect Orn and Muhammad had for their parents and their mother, and they listened to what their mother asked for them. How difficult it might have been, because the mother wasn't asking for something simple, but because their mother had asked them for something, they went and they listened to their mothers. So our lesson today is to please respect your parents, listen to your parents, and never even say oof to them. Don't get annoyed with your parents. Be patient, and inshallah Allah will reward you for that. So that's our lesson for today. Now, today's activity, I would like you to create something to show me how you will be good to your parents. So you could create a poster. Maybe here we've got some hearts, we've got the ayah, be good to your parents, and you could fill them in with what you're going to do. Or we have some paper flowers here in which you could write down what you're going to do. And these are things that you can do every day, because remember, every day is for our parents, not just Mother's Day and Father's Day. So I look forward to seeing what you'll be doing for your parents, inshallah. And now it's time for our challenge. Challenge number 6. Let's have a look at our challenge today. Now hopefully this will be an easy challenge for you. I would like you to do at least 5 tasks or 5 jobs for your parents today. So after this program, after you finish watching this session, I want you to ask your parents 5 jobs or 5 tasks for you at least that you can achieve or get completed today. So I look forward to hearing how you get on with your challenge and your activity, and inshallah we will see you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum.
لبيك 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 يا حسين لبيك 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 يا حسين. We have arrived in Karbala. We have arrived in Karbala. لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين. We have arrived in Karbala. We have arrived in Karbala. لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين. All my people I have left, from my city I have fled. Tears in my eyes, hand on chest. Oh, your place is sanctuary, in your land is sanctity. Heaven on earth I can perceive, for you the heavens do call. At your gate the angels crawl. لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين. We have arrived in Karbala. We have arrived in Karbala. لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين. To the world my love is crazed, to my heart your